the 2K Sports Pregame Show, sponsored by Sprite.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal on 2K Sports, and the NBA season is about to begin. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And for Cleveland, finally we get to stop talking about this team and actually get to see them in action. Feels like it's been a long offseason. You know, a guy who's really improved, especially on the rebounding side, is Tristan Thompson. What do you think?
Well, he can bang inside. He can move his feet on the wing, and he can play with that high motor, Ernie.
He did what?
He can play with a high motor.
I want to see that again. Is that like a motorcycle or something?
No, that's the lawnmower.
Wow, what kind of lawnmower do you have?
The thing with the thing on the end.
Well, you may need to take that thing in and have it. May need to get that thing tuned up. Let's go to Kevin Harlan. I love that. That was
good. Wait till you're announced. We've not yet lost all our graces. The hounds will stay in chains. Look upon your greatness and she'll send the call out, send the call out, send the call out, send.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Hello, everyone. Great to have you with us. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. At the United Center, Chicago fans are cheering for their Bulls. And it's going to be the Bulls off the tip. And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. Irving and Waiters, the guards. The two stars, LeBron and Love, at the 3 and the 4. And it's Vishera in the pivot spot, manning the middle.
What was supposed to be the triumphant return for Derrick Rose a year ago quickly turned into another nightmare season. Finally returning from that torn ACL in the 2012 playoffs, he managed only 10 games before tearing the meniscus in his other knee. Just devastating. Obviously hope that Rose can come back and put in a full season.
Bulls on D. Irving kicks to James from outside the arc. They get it back. Here's Vishera, and finally they hit one.
Perseverance paying off on the offensive boards, guys.
And just about a minute into the first quarter. And it's Rose penetrating. Here's Dunleavy. And that's collected by Love.
Well, you have to get a hand in his face because that's his range right there.
And that one's good.
You know, when he's in that tight with that kind of height advantage over the defender, that's going to be a pretty easy play for him.
Outside Irving. And Love has it in the corner. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Rose goes in. Tremendous stuff from a guy Clark we think more of for his passing.
Yeah, but he's got tremendous leaping ability and a surplus supply too.
Well, that's a great aggressive move and 2 big points too.
Here's LeBron after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Back to Waiters. Cleveland moving the ball around. Just 5 to shoot. Nobody near Irving. Second shot opportunity. Love with the bucket.
That rebound and the follow kind of typify what he's all about. Just gritty, determined play.
Bulls have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far.
And often you can learn more about a team when they are unhealthy versus when they're full strength. And last year I thought the Bulls showed they are not and have never been a one-man show. It's all about everybody contributing.
And Waiters has it in the corner. Outside Irving. He kicks it to James. Has to Love. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
As you said with the Bulls, it was a throws and 4 others, but top to bottom, this team has guys that can play.
With throws out last year, Clark, as you said, the guys who are mostly role players showed what they can do.
Well, they're really unselfish at both ends of the floor, and that shows. I mean, they give great effort, they trust each other, they play together, and they always play hard, and they finish games strong, which I think is a credit to them and the coaching staff.
Second, so he hits 1 or 2.
Well, Kevin Love is really a player who I think befuddles pundits because the numbers say he's a superstar, probably a top 5 player, but then he's never been to the playoffs. To that, I would simply say basketball is a team game. Individuals don't take teams to the playoffs. So despite that, there are some left wondering if his numbers are greater than his actual impact on the team. I'm not one of them.
Here is Rose. Deion Waiters making his last shot. Rose with the ball. And it's Waiters picking him up. Noah with a screen on LeBron. Nice work there, coming off the screen. Dunleavy's got 5 now.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a nice look.
Poor job by the defender to not fight over or around that screen.
And for Love, the other reason for the skepticism, he's not a chiseled, overpowering athlete. He's not flashy. He doesn't look like a superstar. His game speaks for itself, just the strength and the skill.
Cleveland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. LeBron drives in. Baseline jumper. A rebound by Gasol.
Defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
And one thing for sure, last season, the Timberwolves were a disaster when Kevin Love went to the bench.
That's for sure, Kevin. I mean, when he was on the floor, they outscored opponents significantly. When he sat, their offense basically imploded.
Here's LeBron after Pau Gasol's bucket. Love with the screen for Irving. Love with a wide open look. And he gets the shot to Paul after coming off the pick. Love's got 7.
Well, few would have predicted back Kevin Love was drafted 5th out of UCLA in 2008 that he'd become the superstar player we see today. He's transformed his body and expanded his game year after year.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Tristan Thompson is checked in for Vishera. Marion comes in for Kevin Love. Mike Miller's checked in for LeBron. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Lakers. Nice shot by McDermott. And talk about the physical transformation for Kevin Love. Leaner, quicker, and stronger.
Yeah, credit yoga and Pilates. He's trying to be the very best he can be, and he's putting in the work to do that so it can actually help him more at the defensive end.
That's good.
You know, he's got a quick trigger from that range when he senses that the defense has backed off.
Chicago leading by 3. Heinrich outside. Dish out to McDermott. Can't get it to go. Cavaliers go the other way with it. At the teardrop. Elbit over the pass to Irving. Mirotic grabs the miss. Now Chicago's gone 2 of 2 from 3-point range here in the first quarter. Got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And he uses the glass on the layup. Mirotic just got his first points of the game.
Defense pretty much helpless there, stopping that layup. I think too much of a mismatch in terms of height.
Marion is 3 on Heinrich. Irving dishes to Marion. Back to Irving. Pulls it up. Kept alive. 4 seconds left.
You know, that putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You have to put a body on someone down there.
Well, no box out. That's the result you get right there.
And the horn signals the end of the first. Not much offense so far. Bulls lead by 3. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
And they're doing a fantastic job of finding the open man and getting easy looks.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
Here is Miller. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
Cavs just never really built any consistency last year for long stretches. And, you know, when that happens, it's hard to get wins away from home.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So the Bulls 5 right now. They've got Taj Gibson. Heinrich is out there with Tony Snell. Then there's Mirotic, and it's McDermott in at the 3. Cleveland, as you said, struggling on the road last year, only 14 road wins. It's not going to cut it. That free throw good from Thompson. Well, a big part of the problem for Cleveland last year was talent on the roster, so you can assume things will be different. Clark on the road for him this season.
Things are going to be different in a lot of ways as long as LeBron is leading the way. And they'll be on the same page. He'll make sure of that. So look for a lot different outcomes in Cleveland.
No good on the second free throw. Well, last season, Tristan Thompson made the decision to change his shooting angle. Clark went from shooting with his left to now shooting with his right hand.
Yeah, I've not heard of anything quite like that before, but he improved his free throw shooting substantially as a result of the change, and he gets to the line fairly often, so I think that's a nice development. I love that young man's work ethic, what he brings to a team in terms of rebounding.
I think LeBron's going to help.
I agree.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Yes, Kevin, the Bulls, known for their hard-nosed style of play, something Coach Tom Thibodeau calls, quote, Chicago tough. Center Joe Noah said, I don't think our style would work everywhere. It represents our city. Our whole thing is playing with more of an edge than the other team. He added, we aren't scared of anybody, guys.
Hey, don't back down. Thanks, Doris.
Well, Thompson is ambidextrous. He throws a baseball right hand, writes with his left, and you got to give him credit for taking a chance with a whole new method of shooting, and it's paying dividends.
4 on the shot clock. Noah with the block. Butler goes in. Rose gets it to Noah. Back to Rose. It's a 3. Waiters grabs the miss.
Thompson prone to getting the shot blocked inside despite his length and athleticism. You know, being ambidextrous, you would think that he at some point developed that ability to be a better finisher inside with either hand. We'll see. Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Rose goes in. He dishes it to McDermott. Launches it. Rose can't get that one to fall. The Cavaliers trailed by 4. Waiters pass it to Dellavedova. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Chicago has gone 0-2 from deep in the center. 13 feet away. On the corner. That's good from McDermott on the assist by Rose. McDermott's got 5.
Good, unselfish play there because his shot was tougher. Instead, he went to his teammate.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
You know, there were a lot of people, me included, thinking that Cleveland would take a step forward and be a team that could make moves in the East and perhaps get to the playoffs. But injuries and inner turmoil really kept that team from being playoff caliber.
Gasol's checked in for the Bulls. Dunleavy comes in for McDermott. Now here's Rose. He has 6. Second chance shot. No good on the layup.
Excellent interior defense there. Good rotation.
No doubt about it, Steve. He's a real presence inside. Takes up a lot of space.
To the left side lane. Pass to Butler. And the bucket down. He's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play. And Cleveland ended 10th in the Eastern Conference last year. They got close, but they couldn't sneak into the playoffs.
Well, there would be a lot of shocked analysts if they didn't finish near the top of the East this season. All it takes is one good summer, and your team can jump to the top of the East.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Irving's checked in. The Cavaliers trail by 7. Misses the lane.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Now here's Noah. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Here's Rose. And that one's good. Rose has got 6 in the quarter.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. With as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
Rose against Irving. At the run, Chicago grabs the miss. Gasol's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Rose goes in. The lead pushes double digits.
He may be the guy to put this game even farther out of reach.
So for the Bulls, Mirotic comes in for Joakim Noah. It's Heinrich in for Jimmy Butler. Cleveland also making some changes. Sean Marion, he's checked in for Love. And Mike Miller subbed in for Dion Waiters.
Pau Gasol over the last few seasons dealing with a number of lower body injuries. Knee tendonitis, plantar fasciitis, groin, toe. Hey, Kobe had suggested he really slim down and lessen the pressure on his joints.
He's now checked in for Rose. Irving dishes to Marion. Back to Irving. A 3 from LeBron. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 3 assists now in this one.
And you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Heinrich against Irving. Heinrich kicks to Snell. Back to Heinrich. And there's the feed to Snell. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. And the clock. Mirotic, the 23rd pick back in 2011. The Bulls had to wait a while for him to come over. But Steve, it looks like their patience will be rewarded.
Yeah, I mean, he was an MVP in the Spanish ACB league. It was probably the best league in the world after the NBA. So a lot of NBA GMs really regarded him as the best international player outside the NBA last season.
Mirotic leading Real Madrid to the title in the Copa del Rey tournament. He got the MVP of that tournament as well. He's still young, but he's been proven at a very high level of competition, and you never discount that.
The Cavaliers trail by 10. Irving passes to Miller. On the wing, James. In the corner, Verja with it. James dishes to Verja. Mirotic grabs the miss.
Mirotic had made it for Montenegro, moved to Spain when he was 15, so he made the adjustment smoothly to playing abroad. And we'll see how he adjusts to the NBA.
And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. Irving, good.
That's really how they're going to get back into this game, trim the lead. I mean, play tough defense, force some turnovers, and then push it to the other end.
And that's when a team really has the best chance to run after the steal, obviously. So the defense is going to be critical for them.
Here's Dunleavy following the basket by Kyrie Irving. No good from Gasol.
Tough D on the inside.
Put up a roadblock, a construction barrel right there. That's what he brings defensively.
Marion kicks to Irving. And another 3 for Cleveland. 5 seconds left to play in the first half. For 3, Dunleavy. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. as we end the first half. Bulls out front, up by 5. And now let's catch up with Doris Berg, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Gentlemen, I'm over here with Tristan Thompson, and after that first half, Tristan, what's the plan going to be for this second half?
Well, it's simple. It's going to be a dogfight. You know, they got big guys, true bigs, and we got to come out, play hard, and not let up.
You have to have plenty of bark in a dogfight, Tristan. Thank you, guys.
All right, Doris, thank you. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. Points in the second half here for the Cavs.
Getting off on the right track here early. Start the half with some penetration.
You know that old saying, the more things change, the more things stay the same. That applies to Chicago. Once again, they were incredibly tough at home with their defense.
Well, the Cavaliers shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. It's a pick by Love. Irving passes to LeBron. Fade away. Here's Vishera. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Vishera's got his second bucket of the game to go. Rose dishes to Duncan. The offensive rebound. No one. So the whistle blows on the shot. 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
Bulls shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And not a very strong free throw shooting team in general, guys. They shot 73% as a team a year ago.
And it's something they know that if they improve, it can really have a big impact on their success.
Cavaliers trail by 6. And Waiters kicks to Irving. Back to Waiters. Now Vishera inside. And good on the basket. Vishera's got 6 points.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
Yeah, Clark, they've been more active and more physical down low, and I think that's been the difference.
Let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Berg. Doris, over to you.
Yes, Kevin. LeBron James joining a younger team with the Cleveland Cavaliers. He said, "We're not ready right now. It will be a long process. My goal is still to win as many titles as possible, but what's most important for me is bringing 1 trophy back to Northeast Ohio. Our city hasn't had that feeling in a long, long time." Kevin, what a worthy goal.
Cleveland's last pro championship back in 1964. Thanks. Rose goes in. Shots good. Rose has got 13.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
Derrick Rose, born and raised on the south side of Chicago, now playing for his hometown Bulls. He became a partner in endorsement for Chicago's top does represent this town.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Good D by Irving.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
You talk about Derrick Rose's culinary interest. He's looking to change his diet for the better.
Yeah, he needed to, Kevin, because, he's a big fan of candy when he came into the league. It's kind of his vice. He said he would eat up to 2 pounds of candy in one sitting. I mean, that's just crazy. He's hired a personal chef. He's eating better. He's taking care of his body. And it's important, obviously, as you get older and you're dealing with injuries.
In the corner, Irving with it. For the tie, again the Cavaliers score. Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Rose passes to Dunleavy. The quick look, no good that time. For Cleveland, they've gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. Irving, good.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they're just giving them too many looks inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting pounded in there. The defense not offering much resistance. You got to force the ball back out to the corner. The defense sagged off, and, he did not hesitate to rise up and bury that three.
Butler against Waiters. Pass to James. And he's good on the 3-ball. LeBron's got 5 points in the quarter.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Pau Gasol. McDermott's checked in for Mike Conley. It's Heinrich in for Derrick Rose. And then for Cleveland, Thompson, he's checked in for Verejao. Marion comes in for James. And Mike Miller subbed in for Dion Waiters. And Butler gets it to go. Butler's got 10. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Bulls.
Boy, defensively, they've played with a high energy level, guys. And all the steals we've seen, really a result of that aggressiveness.
And, guys, the thing that jumps out at me is their block shots. I mean, they're playing up on the shooters tightly, and then they're sending them packing. I mean, putting those shots in reverse, all in a clear, good day's work.
Irving drives in. Marion pitches to Irving. Shot clock at 5. And it's Kevin Love with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. 59 seconds left here in the third quarter. They've definitely hit that groove offensively.
They sure have, guys. I mean, really aggressive. And I like that posture and mindset. Stay aggressive.
Steve, you like groove, don't you?
I do. I love groove, Kevin. And I love the attack mode this team is in, too. I mean, they're really getting into the paint. They're getting whatever they want offensively. They haven't been able to open up a big lead. But the rebounds are starting to add up for them. They may be able to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, they've been doing the dirty work inside, Steve, playing a very tough brand of basketball.
McDermott with the steal. Here's Butler. A big dunk at the end of the break.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They made the steal pay dividends instantly in the open floor.
The Cavaliers trail by 5. Miller kicks to Irving. Over to the left wing. Here's Love. And another miss by Cleveland. Here's Heinrich. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Bulls lead by 5. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment.
His ability to pass the ball, Kevin, is that it just seems so natural to him, so fluid. is in control, understanding where his teammates are and anticipating passing angles.
The Bulls leading by 5. Heinrich and Rose, the guards. Taj Gibson is out there at Miritich, and it's McDermott in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Cleveland's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Haters no luck. Chicago's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Rose goes in. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That's on LeBron James.
Doug McDermott, a senior out of Creighton, one of the all-time great scorers in college basketball history. In fact, 3,150 points. That ranks him 5th all-time in Division I. And he's not just a great shooter, he's a scorer. He can create his own shot in a number of ways.
And McDermott, the first player in 30 years, Clark, to make the AP All-America first team 3 consecutive times. It's only been done 10 times before.
Well, he was absolutely fantastic as a college player. One of the best college careers in the history of college hoops, Kevin. No doubt about that. There were some questions about how his game would translate to the NBA. Not a question mark for me. This is a guy who I think, while he might not be a superstar, he's going to be more than a serviceable long-term player.
4 on the shot clock. Here's LeBron. Good on the baseline, Jay.
It hasn't happened as quickly as he would have liked, but he's finally putting some points on the board in this game.
The Bulls leading by 5. Outside Rose. To the wing right side. Noah, the pass to Rose. A 3-pointer off the mark. And here is LeBron. Here's Irving. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
And this game is really heated up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, there's always room for more offense, Steve. You know that.
And that one goes in as he was fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
Pau Gasol checked in for Chicago.
Cavs tried to make a push for the playoffs last season, in a way going against the grain, but instead a disappointing season when it was all over. Coach and front office questioning the team effort.
And it's good. One through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line. It's going to send LeBron James to the line. That's on Joakim Noah. And that one misses. Well, the Cavs did make some big changes from last season, and they shouldn't have a problem staying motivated, putting in the effort this year.
Well, you know, Kevin, last year they were a very young group and didn't have the vet presence they might have needed. Ron coming in, they've got brilliance in every category, leadership and play. He's got the cloud of his championship ring. The whole mindset of the team is about to go to a very different high level.
Now here's Rose, following the shot by Tristan Thompson. And here's the fast break. LeBron leading the way. About that one, the Bulls' lead has been cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Dion Waiters.
Boy, he is a strong finisher on the fast break.
Yeah, he sure is. He remains in total control, even at full speed. I love that about him. Seems to me as though he's lost his way a little bit in the second half. He's been turnover free before the break. That's certainly not the case anymore.
Bulls making a switch here. Butler's checked in. Love's checked in for Cleveland. Outside Irving. He's looking for Love and finds him. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Good game for Love. 9 points. He has 1 steal to his credit as well.
But he's done a better job than the numbers indicate, really. I think he's been really sound defensively and he's helped his club.
And the second free throw, good. And you look at the Bulls, a bit of a different look for them, trading away Dang. They amnesty Carlos Boozer. It seems they're on the deck.
No question about it. They bring in the Spanish League MVP and Nicola Mirotic. They've had some good draft choices as well, so a lot of new bodies for the Bulls.
Now, here is Irving. Shots good by Waiters.
You know, it's really going to be all about hard work from this point on. And they worked hard to create that high-quality shot right there.
Yeah, and that's their goal down the stretch. Continue to find those close-range shots.
the three flying. That doesn't go either for Rose. Cavaliers trailing. Vishera setting the pick for Irving. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Irving's got 10 points in just the second half. Chicago's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game.
I like the call. I thought the defense was moving there.
Yeah, I think he slid underneath. Good blocking call there.
And the wide open shot from Rose. Connects from three-point range. Rose has got 10 points in the quarter. For Cleveland, they've gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. LeBron can't get it to go.
I thought he'd make that one. That's his range, and the defense nowhere to be seen. He's good.
Now it's a 4-point Chicago lead.
As honest as he's been this quarter, the game plan should be simple. Get him the ball, get out of the way.
And let's get this update now from Doris Rivers across the way on the side.
Yes, Kevin, that last break, I heard David Blatt as he addressed his team. He gave his guys the green light to keep firing from downtown, telling them, listen, I like the work you're doing out there. Keep finding those gaps on the perimeter. They're giving us open shots.
Now, here is Irving. Trying to shoot. Off the screen. Here's Vishera. And the layup's good off the glass.
Love the way he fought for that comeback. He's willing to put in a lot of hard work in this game, no doubt about that.
1:36 left in the fourth quarter. Outside Rose. Double team on Rose. Near the three-point line. It's done leaving. Here's Noah. A stupendous finish in traffic. And the Bulls lead by 4. There's 1:17 left to play here in the fourth. Kicks it to Waiters. On the wing, James. That one a little long. Long. Rejected by Gasol. Butler goes in. Dishes it to Dunn. Rose again, Irving. A shot by Butler. Nobody around. And the Bulls, another 3.
Well, that just adds to what's probably an already insurmountable lead. I think they'll be walking out of here with a pretty easy victory.
Steve, I think that's a given.
And that one's good. James.
Strong move to the basket. Those are 2 big points there to trim the lead.
And an intentional foul right there. There's 39 seconds left in the fourth. Right side Gasol. Outside Butler. Irving against Rose. The kick outside to Butler. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
Not much time to work with. They need a basket here.
Yep, they've got to get a steal or foul to stop the run.
Irving, good.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
And that's an intentional foul.
That's right. No other option but the foul and hope for some misses.
Yep, you got to extend the game here. Try to keep that clock moving.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's a 5-point game.
That's going to be it. Great work at the charity stripes to close this game out.
And so it's Cleveland with it. No good on the quick 3. And he commits the intentional foul. Third on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game. Seconds left in the game. From the top of the key, here's Vishera. Buries it.
Good job creating an easy bucket there.
And so it's Chicago winning this one. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, a nice win for you tonight, Joe Kim.